And cool. Okay, yes. And then their paint. Does everybody have their paint? So you're gonna want the colors should have black, definitely. And you should have blue. And you definitely should have white. Okay. And then depending on what you want to do, you could either have green or you could have like a purpley pink to make purple or pink if you wanted to. So to start off, we are gonna do the background. So with acrylic, it's easier to start darker and then get lighter, layer up. So we're just gonna take some paint and cover the whole canvas in like a dark color. So you can do just black if you want to, or what I would recommend is mix black with the blue to create like a super dark blue. And just cover like wherever you're painting, just cover it completely with that color.
You mean the whole page?
The whole page, yeah.
Okay.
Because that's the sky.
Okay.
Yeah.
What kind of stroke we use, the vertical or horizontal?
I usually do horizontal, so like across like that, but it doesn't really matter because either way you're covering the whole thing. But I like vertical just because it's not so long. You don't have to stretch the brush like all the way across. So yeah. And with a big brush, or if you have a big sponge, either one works.
So we're going to use black and blue mixed.
Yeah.
And then color the whole page.
Yeah.
That means we have a lot of paint.
Yeah. So yeah, if you mix the blue and the black together, it will create like a super dark color. You can make it lighter blue if you wanted to by adding more blue than black. But overall, you just want like a dark color. Yeah, like the sky without any stars in it would be that color.
Use sponge or use brush, would it make any difference?
Not really. I would probably use a brush, like a big one like this or like this. It just makes it easier. I haven't done the background with a brush before. If that's what you have, like that's the only thing you have, then that would work as well. But
I have both.
Okay, yeah. You probably use the brush then.
I'm using brush right now.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, and then just start covering the whole page.
Oh yeah. Well, now I let it dry.
Hi, Coco. Can we pin the teachers so that the screen we're going to stick to her instead of everywhere?
I thought I pinned it. Let me try it again.
Yeah, for me it's pinned.
Okay. I'm just going to spotlight. Does this work?
Yes, this is better. We can see, I can see how she works. Thank you.
Okay, good, awesome. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. How's everyone doing? You guys ready for next steps? Or
Yes.
Everybody that I can see is looking good. Yeah. Yeah, you got your nice dark sky. Yeah. Okay. So are we all ready for the next step? If you're not, it's okay. It's a pretty simple.
Tiếng Việt là
So-
tiếng má.
Okay. Everybody looks pretty ready. Okay. All right. So this is the more fun part. So generally I would say stick with the blue for now. So you're gonna take your blue and you're gonna add a little bit of white. You're just gonna start with just slightly lighter than what we just did. You could even just do the blue because the blue had black in it before, so it was darker. And you're gonna take probably a smaller brush or a sponge. Sponge would be good too, to get that sort of soft edge.
Do you wet the sponge first?
No, not for acrylic. Yeah, no wetting. Let me try this with the sponge. I haven't tried it before. So yeah, so you just want any kind of blue. You can use it just straight from the tube, or you can add a little bit of white. It's up to you. And or you can add white to your blackened blue mixture, and that will make it slightly lighter. Not too much, just a little tiny bit. A little bit. And then we're gonna mix that together. So you want just a bit lighter than what you already got on the canvas or the page. Right. So this color that I made is just a little bit dark, a little bit lighter than my sky. And so now we're gonna plan out where you want your sort of cloudy galaxy spaces to be. So there's a few ways you can do this. You can sort of make many different clouds across the canvas, pick 3 or 4 spaces that you can have a big cloud, or you can do I did, you can have a diagonal, and then in the middle it will get brighter, like the example that I showed. So you're gonna take your slightly lighter color and you're gonna plan out where you want that to be. So
Hi, teacher. I asked, what color is the mix? White, black, and blue?
yeah,
Okay, thank you.
yeah, it should just be a little bit lighter than than your sky. So you can still see it, but it's not too light yet. Okay, and then you're gonna take your brush or your sponge and you're just gonna like, basically it's like making a cloud. So it's pretty organic, the shape. So let's see, what am I gonna do? Yeah, so just pick wherever and just make sort of circular motions like you're making a cloud with the paint. And it's okay if your paint's still wet. It doesn't matter. It'll blend together, no problem. So see how it's sort of like a little bit lighter. It's hard to see because it's so shiny, but you can see where I've done that. You can, it's sort of like a cloud. And so you can do that more than once, or you can just pick one spot to do that. I'm going to do it in a few different places.
See.
I wonder if I turn this off. Yeah, you can see that way
That's
better.
better. That's better, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, way better. Yeah, so you see, I made like little clouds.
Do you have spots of white color?
Not yet. We will. You sort of work your way up. You just keep adding a little bit of white. Yeah, let's just turn this off. Should be fine. Oh yeah, that's way better. Yeah, it looks like you guys got it from what I can see. Yeah. Just little dabby sort of circle motions. Yeah, wherever you want that cloud to be.
So if you just joined us, we are actually just doing the base right now.
Okay.
Okay, so if you just joined,
Mhm.
you're gonna want to get your paper or your canvas, what you're painting on,
Yeah.
and you're gonna want to mix black and blue paint together.
Oh, okay. The whole page.
Yeah.
Okay, all black. All black.
Yeah, so with that dark blue color that you're making, you're gonna want to cover your whole page with it.
Did you say black?
Black and blue, like
And
mix them
blue?
together. Yeah,
Mix
so you can make a like a dark blue color.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's carry on.
All right. So after you have made your sort of put down where you want your clouds to be with that lighter color, you're gonna add more white. You're gonna make it an even lighter color. So I just add more white to your blue. So you make light enough. It should be pretty obvious that you can see it. And then you are gonna want to, again, make those little circle motions, but not in such a big area, more concentrated. So you're gonna start to sort of flesh out the actual shape of your sort of cloud burst sort of thing. Let's see what I'm gonna do. I'll just use a brush. Yeah, just use a brush. You can use a brush or a sponge, but yeah, it's up to you. Okay, so we're mixing more white with our bluey color, so it's a little bit lighter. And then we're gonna take that and start going sort of in the center of wherever you've put down your lighter color. Again, just keep doing those little motions like that. And sort of flesh out whatever shape. So if you look at like a galaxy, it's kind of, they do look like clouds, even though they're more, they don't really have, they don't have rain in them or anything. They're just sort of like bursts of color. So that's kind of what you're going for. So it if you're using a brush, you make those little circular motions. If you're using a sponge, you can sort of dab it while you're making those little circle motions. So see how it's starting to get a little bit lighter, where you want
I'm
your
gonna-
super light patch to be.
I got a question. We already put the cows in and now we are doing it even lighter?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, okay.
exactly.
One more on where we are on the lighter color. We were doing a lighter color, more white.
Yeah, add a little bit of white and then go back to where you made those first clouds and sort of start in the center and sort of make it a little bit lighter. Don't go all the way to the edges though, like keep your dark edges. So as you can see, it's sort of like a gradient. So you have your lighter color that you first put down and then your even lighter color in the middle.
So this lighter color, it's only blue and white.
Yeah, I mean, you can, yeah. I just sort of kept adding white to my like mixture and it made, yeah, sort of just like a light blue color. All right, so see what I mean? You took a little bit lighter and you sort of made, now that they're starting to come out, the little clouds. It works best if it's sort of random, your placement. You know, like the sky is pretty random in its shapes. So if you just, wherever you feel like a cloud should go, you can put it there. Looking good, you guys. Everybody doing okay?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it looks good. Okay, and so if you're done that, add more white. You can make an even lighter color. Now we're gonna get a little bit smaller with that shape. So you're gonna go add more white. I've got an even lighter blue color. I added a little bit more white. And then I'm gonna go in and focus on the middle of like these shapes. So wherever I have put the lighter color, we're just gonna go right in the middle. So we're still creating sort of a gradient from the middle outwards with those little circle motions. Yeah, so then you end up with more of a gradient starting from lighter to darker, all the way darker to the sky. And you get those sort of soft, fluffy shapes.
Yeah, definitely. Hmm.
And if you don't like where you put the lighter color, you can always just use that darker color we made at the beginning, and sort of narrow it out. Like you can cover it up, or you can blend it out a little bit more. So like say I didn't like this right here. I could just take the darker color that we made earlier and just cover it up, right? Or make it just like a slightly darker cloud. All right, everybody's doing okay?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so now you get to pick more colors. So sometimes galaxies will have lots of different colors in them. You can, usually I would go with purple or green. You can mix the green with the blue to make sort of turquoisey, and or you can mix the blue with the purple and sorry, the red and make it purple color. It's up to you. I'm gonna do purple, so I'm gonna take my red and mix it with the blue. You don't need too much, just a little bit, because we're not going to cover too much of the area with this other color. We're just going to sort of add it in little sections. So you can see got some purple. It's like got a lot of blue in it to start off with, but you can always add more red if you want, or if you're doing green, you can always mix the green and the blue, and it should let it blend a little better, and then continuously add a little bit more green and make it a little bit more greener. And then you can take the new color and just go in sort of around the edge of where the lighter color meets like the slightly darker color, and don't go straight in the middle, sort of add it in different areas.
Hi, teacher. I asked
Yeah.
you, what is the mix, the color? Green and white?
So if you want to do green, I would take your green and add a little bit of blue to it, and a little bit of white. So you have that sort of nice teal kind of color. Or if you're doing the red, just add red with blue and you'll get the purple color. And you can add white to make it a little bit brighter if you wanted to.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. And that just sort of adds a little bit more color to it. It'll make it a little bit more interesting. Oftentimes, like galaxies and nebulas have purples and greens in them. So that's what we're doing.
Okay.
Chị sẽ phân cái cả một cái.
Okay, so now you've got your other color, green or purple or whichever, or pink, I guess if you wanted to. You can make it a little bit lighter. So now you're really gonna want it to pop, right? So you're gonna want to add like quite a bit of white. So I'm just gonna do the red with the white, make a really bright color. Right. So see, I've got like a pink, really bright. That one's really bright compared to what I've got already. And then you're gonna want to take a smaller brush. All right. So a smaller paintbrush, or you can still use your sponge as well. That works too. And you're gonna add even more detail, but in a smaller area. So wherever you've put that new color, you can add more of the brighter color to that. So it'll really pop out wherever you put it. See, it really stands out.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. You follow this again? Bye-bye.
So yeah, so you can see wherever I put that really light color, it really pops out, hey? Adds like a lot of interest to it. And so if you are done with doing that, now we're gonna start with the really white color. So you're gonna need your white, and you can add it to either your other color like pink or green, or you can add it to just blue, but you're gonna wanna make it super, super light. Not completely white yet, but super, super light color. See, I've got like a super, super light color right here. So I added a lot of white. And then you're gonna pick the middle of wherever your cloud is, and you're gonna put that light color down in little tiny bits, because that's the center of it, right? That's where it's gonna stand out the most, like that, see? And then blend it sort of in wherever you have those the lightest part of your cloud, that's where you want to put the white color, the light color. All right. Everybody doing okay? Any questions? All right. And then you're gonna add even more white, even more white. Always keep adding white. And as light as you can get it without it being completely white. So yeah, see, I just added even more white to that already light color. So it's like, it's almost white, but it's not totally white. And then I'm gonna go even more in the middle. Brighten it up even a little bit more than it already was. See? Just a little tiny area. Wherever you want to be the brightest part of your galaxy. So as you can see, so you get that really, really light color, and then it slowly spans out into your darker color. So it looks like a gradient, but a cloudy gradient, because you've got all this sort of swirls going around. All right, looking good. Just let me know if you're ready to move on. Now we're on the really fun part. So after you finish that, you're gonna need a toothbrush. Does everybody have like a used toothbrush or like old one? Or I just went to Dollarama and just bought a toothbrush. Looks like people are still working on the cloud, so I'll just wait. Oh, yeah, you got your toothbrush. Nice, okay. So if you're onto the toothbrush stage, you're gonna wanna take your white paint, just white, only white. And put it down, blob like that. You're gonna wanna get water. I'm gonna get some water. So just get some water and add it to the white. This is the only time we're gonna add water to acrylic paint. Because you want the white to be a little bit liquidy for when you stick your toothbrush in it. So we're making a liquidy sort of white, add some water to it. So just like that. Okay. And then you're gonna take the toothbrush and you're gonna dip it in the white paint, like so. Like that. Make sure you get it in all the bristles, just like that. You need to dip it in water, make it a little bit more watery. You can do that, like that. Now you got your toothbrush covered in white. And so this might get messy, so be careful. You're gonna get paint on your fingers. So you take the toothbrush and hold it up over the page, not too close. And then you're gonna flick it like this. And then it will spray onto the canvas the little white stars. And that's how you make stars. So if you want it more concentrated in one area, you can go closer and flick it. So see, it makes like a little bit more concentrated stars, lots of stars at once. But if you want fewer stars, you can go farther back. And I like to go closer wherever I have that lighter portion. So there's more stars closer to that sort of nebula that you've created. And look at that, instant stars. Got that beautiful night sky with lots and lots of stars. You don't even have to draw them, just with the paintbrush. But your finger will be covered in paint, unfortunately. Yeah, you got it. Looks good. What it also does, I've noticed, is that it really softens your edges. So even if you have like, it's not very blended, adding this makes it seem like it's more blended together, the paint. It's pretty cool. Yeah. And it should look kind of something like that. You can add more stars, less stars, but you should have your whole sort of canvas covered, like the night sky covered in stars.
I did.
So I wondered, I have those pretty big spot. Should
Yeah.
I keep it?
Yeah, sometimes the brush can make a big like gloop. So it's up to you. If you don't want it there, I would just like take like a dark blue and sort of blend it back into your sky.
Oops. Be a mess.
Yeah, it's pretty messy. You get little white paint spots everywhere. But yeah, so if you accidentally get like too big of a spot, absolutely just take your brush and you can get that dark color that you used at the very beginning for that sky, and you can just cover it up.
Em có bị khen.
Just like that,
Mẹ à.
or just like that.
Ah,
Sort of blend it back in there.
okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
easy peasy. Yeah, no problem. Okay, so after you have done your stars, if you want, you can, if you want more control over where some of the stars are, you can take one of your brushes and use the end of the brush like that. And you can just dip it in the white and it will make a little circle. So if you want like bigger stars, you can go in with the end of the brush and make bigger ones like that. See? Then you have a little bit more control over where to place those larger stars. So if you want, you can do like a constellation, or you don't have to do this at all. If you're happy with just what the toothbrush made, then that is also okay. So that's like a pretty good trick. If you ever need to make like little tiny dots, and it's hard to paint like a perfect circle, like a tiny little one, just use the end of the paintbrush and dip it in whatever paint you want, and it'll make a nice little circular dot for you.
Đơn chia.
How's everyone doing? Many of you already finished your portrait. Yeah. So if you can turn on your camera and show everyone your painting, then that would be amazing.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
looking good.
Beautiful.
Chia chia rồi.
Nice.
Oh yeah, that's great. You guys are great.
Does anyone have any question?
I
about
love
the class
Lily.
today? Oh,
Oh yeah.
Đơn người ta chia sẻ xong.
Oh yeah, good job. Yeah, see? Super easy, no problem. No matter what you do, it's gonna look pretty good.
Wow, so
nice. So that's about it for this class, today's class then. For next week, I don't think we'll have art class because there will be a seminar next week.
Seminar for?
Okay, it is depression in Mandarin.
Oh,
Okay, for next
Okay.
Friday. So we will not wait. Sorry, one sec. No, sorry. So next week the seminar is about depression, but then it's gonna be in English and Cantonese. So at 1 p.m. it's gonna be in English, and then 2:30 is gonna be
Coco.
in Cantonese.
Coco,
Yeah.
can you hear me? Next week is the last of the series, the surreal art, and then depression follows that.
Let's talk about that.
Mhm.
But yeah,
Yeah, because
Take
we
care.
asked Marcus to change his presentation to the following week. Oh, no, you're talking about 18, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, 18 is, yeah, correct. Mhm.
Yeah. So 18 is gonna be seminar. And then the week after, on the 25th, we'll have a last group of volunteers to talk about surrealism art, which you will need to prepare some magazine or newspaper for that class. And we will need glue, well, just glue. You don't need glue gun. But yeah, and I think May will let you guys know more about the schedule later on.
Yes, I will.
But yeah, if you don't have any other questions for Cass,
Thank you, Coco. Thank you, Case.
Yes.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
guys.
I'll see
Bye
you
bye.
guys.
Bye.
I will see some of you
Bye.
tomorrow. Okay. Bye.
Sorry, I hope I
Thank
didn't
you.
confuse
Thank
anyone.
you. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you.
Who is the host?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Somebody make me host because we're having a meeting now. Sorry if I confuse anyone.